It's Friday, June 6th, coming up on an all-new View. And a Marine who lost both his legs in an attack in Afghanistan has no idea he's about to be reunited with the soldier who saved his life on the battlefield. It all starts now on The View. A hero Marine who lost both his legs in Afghanistan has no idea he's being reunited with the soldier who saved his life. Right after this.
At just 20 years old, U.S. Marine Jesse Williamson was on patrol with his unit in Afghanistan when they drove over a bomb so powerful it shot him 60 feet into the air before he landed back on the roof of his flaming Humvee. The attack cost him both of his legs and every other Marine on patrol that day. Please welcome a true American hero, Jesse Williamson. So in 2009, let's go back, you were 20 years old and you drove over an IED. What do you remember, if anything, of the accident?
You know, that day, it's kind of foggy to really remember anything that kind of happened. Basically, we're on a 2-day mission, coming back to our base, and our Humvee hit an IED. The next thing I know, I'm waking up with all my buddies kind of standing over me, asking questions, making sure I was all right. And a couple minutes later, the helicopter arrived to medevac me out. So.
First of all, let me just say thank you for your service on behalf of a great nation. Everyone in the Humvee was killed. How did you survive such a horrific attack?
I got to thank my staff sergeant who was in the vehicle behind me. He ran up and grabbed me and dragged me off the Humvee. He saved my life, so my heart goes out to him.
A lot of people have survivor's guilt. Did you have any of that?
I believe I, struggled with PTSD, and, in that 4.5-month deployment, I lost 7 friends, and, a couple more were wounded there. So, coming back from there, and, it was really hard for me, So that's, how I kind of got into my addiction, using heroin, and trying to cope with everything. So, but, that's why I feel like I'm here today, kind of inspire other combat veterans out there like myself to get out there and kind of tell their stories and, let America know.
When did you decide, I'm sorry, Shay, when did you decide this is not going to slow me down? I'm getting up and I'm getting out and I'm doing me. When did you make that decision?
I made that decision about 10 months ago. I've been clean now for 10 months. I really just want to make a difference. Been through a lot, and I know I'm not the only one. So,
Well, the man who rescued you is Gunnery Sergeant Joseph Fraley, and I understand that in all of the bloody chaos, you had not been able to thank him up until now. So he is here. Would you please welcome Sergeant Joseph Fraley?
Immediately following this broadcast, but he did not want to go back until he saw you.
Yeah, this means a lot for me. Also, we lost contact for a little while, and back whenever we were in the hospital together, I noticed that you weren't doing too well, and your friend called me, sent me an email a couple weeks ago, and he was like, I got some info on Jesse, so I wanted to. That's whenever we spoke on the phone. And you told me about your inspirational story, and it means a lot to me. It means a lot to me to be here just to see that you're doing as well as you're doing.
You're crying, so what are you feeling right now?
I feel happy, I haven't been able to cry for a couple of years, so, for me, I love you.
Love you too, man. Yeah, it's good to see you, though. It really is. It really is.
I saw this poster the other day that said, "Home of the free because of the brave." And it is so clear that we are here in the presence of bravery. Can you take us back to the day of the rescue?
Yes, man. It was, we're on our way back from a mission that lasted a couple days, and we were close to our forward operating base, and the next thing I know, Jesse's vehicle in front of me, it exploded and it caught fire. And so my first instincts were to run up there to the vehicle and to pull out whoever I could. And first thing I saw was a Marine laying on the back hatch of the burning vehicle, so I went up to it, and it was Jesse. I pulled him off the burning vehicle. And then with the flames of the vehicle, there's the ammunition that was inside the vehicle. It was cooking off. And there's always possibility of multiple devices, improvised explosive devices out there. So I went back to my truck and drove it up to in between his vehicle and where Jesse was receiving medical aid. Just to provide that second layer of
Protection.
protection.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank God you were there.
Guardian angels.
You know, Jesse, absolutely. You were talking about earlier, you were hooked on heroin and you got off and you've been sober for 10 months. So we do want to give another shout out, a quick shout out to another Marine, Nick Ham. And Nick took you in, he helped you with your PTSD and helped you kick your heroin habit. So Nick, you got Jesse hooked on something else. What was that?
Yes, ma'am. You know, we got him hooked on motocross. He always raced motocross. Jesse's a great guy. But it's a big decision for me to go up to Seattle and grab him. My wife was 8 months pregnant at the time, and I'm going to bring Jesse into our home with that heroin addiction. But through our faith in God and each other, we knew he'd open doors for us to help Jesse. And with the foundation we started, the Warrior Built Foundation, God opened opportunities for us to help Jesse. He raced the Baja 1000 last year. We raced the Imperial Valley 250 last month. We took second place. And we're doing the Baja 500 this weekend,
That's
so I'm
right.
proud of Jesse.
I mean, talk about courage. We're racing the Baja 500 Road Desert Race, sponsored by Warrior Built. How do you feel right now?
No, I feel happy. I didn't know this guy was gonna be here, so that was a big shock to me. But I'm excited for this race and ready to go whipping on there. So.
Well, it's an honor and a privilege to have you both here. Thank you so much and for what you've done.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks to Jesse Williamson, Nick Ham, and Sergeant Fraley. And thanks to Star Jones for guest co-hosting. I love you, girl. I love you, girl. Have a great day, everyone, and take a little time to enjoy the view.